All right, I'm just gonna go over some markets and what happened. So first, we'll take a look at the spring over here in the upper right-hand corner. Where you see the mouse right there, that spring. We'll examine what happened, and that's a wrap. So this was the spring position. You see the market was going down. Go back to it. So the market was going down right here. So hit a climax, and you had this change of behavior with that volume off the bottom in it. So what's important to note is that it's in a spring position, volume comes in, and it has follow through. The other important thing to note is when you have a climax and you have a change of behavior, there is a high probability of a trend change. It could be a counter trend, small, or it could be some bigger. But this behavior where you have pressure on the way down, pressure on the way up, or volume on the way down, volume on the way up, or panic selling on the way down, which the other side is buying, and then buying on the way up. However you want to view it, when it goes down and up like that, chances are there's a turn. Or at least it should be examined for a turn. Because the difference between this selling and then and the prior selling here is in the three cases. What is the difference? There's at least two key points. The first is the heavy buying right after the heavy selling. Heavy buying right after the heavy selling, or basically the sign of strength or change of behavior after the climax. That's the key difference. Is there any other difference? Yes, there is. If you look at the thrust is the biggest thrust, meaning from low to low to low. You do not have a shortening of the thrust, you have expansion of thrust. So it's definitely an oversold condition. When you have like that much thrust, it really fits the bill for a potential climax, which is held to be confirmed by the buying here, and then these two pullbacks that are on low volume. And after that, this is where the springboard is, by the way. For those who want to know, the springboard is right there when it holds. And that one bar right there, the one brick, that's a springboard. Anyway, then the market goes up. Right? Here, the market was at resistance, but what happened here is that the selling is not really that strong. Right? Initially up here, you see any big prints? No. That's why I knew they were going to target this and buy it. And that's exactly what happened. The pullback was the test to get enter and ride. So that's about it. Alright, so we examined how the behavior was on the high brick size, how the spring on the high brick size, what happened on that spring. What happened was it was bought. I'm going to also take a look at this. Better to take a look at this one because it's very straightforward. So your price going down. It's at support. What happened at support? Buying happened at support. Then what happened? Pull back to test and go. So what's the key lesson here? The lesson is you had support and someone's buying it. Just like the lesson here, is that you're at a spring position and someone is buying it. So remember, why is this important? Well, Wyckoff talked about, he said buy close to the danger point. When you talk about the danger point, it has to be support and resistance, because that's the danger point. If it breaks, it has the opportunity to continue to go lower. So that's the danger buy. You buy and sell close to the danger point. And then he gave examples about, market swinging back between 30 and 35, and you want to try to get in at 30 and sell at 35. It's just support and resistance style. So now we have a situation where you have the market and it has gone up. So this is really important, because you see this trend here? First thing to note is look at the thrust. Look at the thrust. This is not showing of the thrust, this is climactic action. So that has got me thinking that this is climactic action right here that's happening. And it has a volume off the top. But I will not know that for sure until the sellers come in, break lows, etc., etc. Right? But you can see the expansion of thrust towards the end of the day or the end. And now it has to take out the lows, and you have a chance at a turn. All right, that's all, folks. Thanks.